good evening to you, and thank you very much for tuning into Brand Plus TV. We are always glad to know that you have taken your time and have chosen to make Brand Plus TV your business station of choice. I am Ndiro Ganga, ready to bring you up to speed with all the top stories making headlines. And as you know, we are all about business. Let's take a look at some of those stories. Vivo Energy Kenya unveils largest outlet, getting closer and closer. UNODC National Youth Workshop, Leaders of Tomorrow? No please, we are leading today.
Hands up.
PSB transport sector is one of the Kenya's foremost and vibrant economic subsectors.
Toyota Kenya launches Here's Ambassador Club, driving up the numbers. Thank you for staying with us. Now on to our top story. Vivo Energy Kenya has today unveiled a mega convenience retailing center in Lavington area, Nairobi. The convenience retailing, or simply CR, is a key growth pillar for Vivo Energy Kenya, and this latest move is a testament to that. Our reporter Karari John tells us more.
With a vision to become Africa's most respected energy business, Vivo Energy, the company that distributes and markets Shell-branded fuel and lubricants, was established in 2011. The group has a network over 1,800 service stations in 15 countries and exports lubricants to a number of other African countries. They also sell jet fuel to customers at 23 airports through a partnership with Vitol Aviation.
3, 2, 1.
Vivo Energy, in keeping up to its convenience retailing strategy, has today launched a convenience retailing outlet in Lavington. Apart from a fully fledged service station, the location will house several reputable entities, including an NIC Bank branch, Java House, KFC, White Rose Dry Cleaner, Safe Doors Pharmacy, and a welcome shop, providing both motorists and shoppers the opportunity to experience all-round quality service at the service station. Speaking at the event, Vivo Energy Kenya Managing Director Joe Muganda started by highlighting the biggest challenge the company has faced this year.
But I think one of the saddest days in our year was the day we lost the Kileleshwa station. It was probably our second or third biggest station, depending on the month, from a volume point of view. And to watch it go down was particularly difficult. And I think what made it even harder was to watch our partners' businesses being brought down through no fault of their own. But I'm very glad to say that both our partners who lost businesses in that on that day are standing tall with us here. Our Safe Dose lost everything.
Nevertheless, despite the hurdle, today was all about celebrating a major win for the brand, and the MD had this to say on the opening of the new branch.
And it's not by sheer luck that we end up being market leader. It's these kind of investments that allow us to deliver to the consumer what they're looking for. It's no longer just about coming to fuel your car. We've got to have the right product, but the offering around the station.
On his part, NIC Bank Group Managing Director John Gashora pointed out the reason as to why NIC is growing its branch network.
Why are we expanding branches? Our idea of the expansion of branches in an era and in an age where technology is taking over is driven by the fact that At the end of the day, human contact will continue to be key. So for us, branches is our sales point. Branches is where you come if you're gripped and the phone is not going through. Branches is where you are welcome to come and spend time with us.
As for Kuku Food Group Chief Executive Officer Derek Van Houten, his message was simple: delivery to customer is what is important to KFC.
So most importantly for us is what we deliver to our customers, and we have some suppliers here that I also want to thank you, because for us it's all about the customer experience and the product that we deliver to you. But this year we went to the USA for the global conference, and they recognized us for our delivery platform. So deliveries for us grew recently off a zero base, and we were recognized for developing the best delivery platform in Africa. And when I looked at the stats for last month, do you know that we did 50,000 deliveries last month? And that just shows me that we're giving the Kenyans what they want.
In a fast-paced world, time has never been more important. It is for this reason that convenience is a promise that every brand should strive to deliver on. Reporting for Brand Plus TV, I am Crowry John Wambugu.
Moving on, the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime has today held a national youth workshop in Nairobi to deliberate on ways that the youth can be actively involved in fighting corruption in the country. Our reporter Daisy Wambua has more details.
Social accountability project implementation.
Speaking during the event, Director General United Nations Office Nairobi, Hannah Tet, stated that corruption is a key barrier to the attainment of the Sustainable Development Goals.
The negative impact that corruption has effectively does not allow us to think about achieving the Sustainable Development Goal 16, which aims at promoting peaceful and inclusive societies for sustainable development, providing access to justice for all, and effective, accountable, and inclusive institutions at all levels.
She went on to state the need to change the ways in which we undertake businesses within the continent, all in an effort to achieve the desired prosperity.
Our continent is wealthy. Our continent can be prosperous. We need to change the way in which we do business so that the best and the brightest have the opportunity to take leadership, to drive the way in which we transform our societies, and to create the development that we all know is possible. And right now, you have a lot more tools to be able to do that. Because in the world today, the way in which we communicate, the way in which we exchange information, the way in which things can be highlighted did not exist 10 years ago.
While speaking on behalf of the Education Cabinet Secretary, Ambassador Amina Mohamed, Edwin Ngetich stated that the country has a long way to go in the fight against corruption.
The dragon of corruption is still alive, and we are yet to be a corrupt-free society. Earlier this year, and on the economic scene, for example, PricewaterhouseCoopers ranked Kenya second in the world in economic crime and fraud. Released in February, the Global Economic Crime and Fraud Survey put the economic crime rate in Kenya at 75%.
While highlighting the values and principles that form the foundation of the nation, he went on to point out that the ministry would incorporate them in the new curriculum, thus equipping the youth with practical competencies.
Good governance, integrity, transparency and accountability, and sustainable development. With these values and principles, we are preparing the foundation of the nation. The Ministry of Education has also taken our national values and package them under values-based education, which will be delivered through multiple subjects in the competency-based curriculum. At the core of the new competency-based curriculum is our commitment to not only equip learners with practical competencies that will enable them earn a livelihood, but also to pay adequate attention to their character development. This involves shaping their attitudes and values system and ensuring that they internalize at an early age the values of honesty, integrity, respect, truthfulness, responsibility, self-discipline, and reliability.
Corruption, a crime against humanity that has become deeply entrenched in the Kenyan culture, is one whose war the old generations have perpetually lost. It might just be time to let the youth take charge and win the battle, for the future belongs to them. For Brand Plus TV Business News, I am Daisy Wambua.
Well, on that corruption-free note, let's head for a short commercial break. But do stay with us as we still have so much more lined up for you on the other side, including unveiling of new technology. See you shortly. And thank you for staying with Brand Plus TV. This is Business News. Now let's shift our focus and take a look at matters public transport. Toyota Kenya is set to strengthen its dominance in the minibus segment, which currently stands at nearly 80%. This follows the launch of the Toyota Here's Ambassadors Club. Our reporter Wambua Daisy was present and filed the following report.
The Toyota Hires Ambassadors Club brings together the most influential owners and officials of some of Kenya's most prominent public service vehicles, transport circles, and companies. Speaking at the event, the chief guest, National Transport and Safety Authority Director General Francis Major, hailed Toyota Kenya's long-standing track record and pointed out the role of the club will play in improving the transport sector.
I am persuaded that the Here's Club will enable us as stakeholders in the transport industry to engage better as we formulate requisite policies needed to take the PSV industry to the next level. And it is very encouraging to know that we are moving now, or there is a deliberate attempt to move from the second-hand vehicles to new vehicles. And one of the three slogans I noted when you were introducing the product, I think one of the second one was safety. That is very important. In everything we do, we must take safety as a critical component.
Through the Toyota Hires Ambassadors Club, Toyota Kenya anticipates to record improved hire sales through ambassadors, brand endorsement, and influence to SACCO members, new entrants, and franchise in their respective spheres of influence. Toyota Kenya Managing Director Avinda Ril said the launch of the club is in recognition of their loyal customers who have greatly supported and believed in the Hires brand as a major player in Kenya's PSV space over the years.
PSV transport sector is one of the Kenya's foremost and vibrant economic subsectors. And Toyota Kenya has been an important player in Kenya PSV transport sector, commanding a market share of nearly 80% of the minibus segment in Kenya. For this, Toyota Kenya is grateful for the support we have received for over years and for your continued confidence in our brands. We remain committed to meet the needs of our customers in keep with Toyota's strong value of customer first, integrity, performance excellence, and innovation and passion.
The MD went on to add that they are working with the PSVs and SACCOs as a driver for growth.
As Toyota, we have a holistic approach of living and prospering together with people, the society, and the globe. This is why I am very much excited to see Toyota Kenya forging a strong partnership with PSB sector through the Toyota Highways Ambassador Club.
Toyota Kenya has maintained its leadership in Kenya's automobile industry. In 2017, their market share grew by 5%. This is mainly attributable to their continued commitment to meeting its customers' needs through its product offering. For Brand Plus TV Business News, I am Daisy Wambua.
That is the language we'll be speaking. So soup will be served, and then thereafter, once we're ready.
Safaricom Limited today launched a new and innovative network coverage solution aimed at enhancing coverage in urban areas in the country. The event was held near Clayworks along Thika Superhighway. Take a look. Safaricom PLC, while celebrating 18 years of existence through a campaign dubbed Nawe Kila Wakati, is bent on living up to this mantra by ensuring quality coverage across the country. It is for this reason that today they launched a new and innovative coverage solution. While giving the keynote address, Chief Technology Officer Safaricom said there have been challenges along the way, key among them site acquisition.
Today, as the team has mentioned, we are facing different challenges of how to acquire sites. We are facing different challenges of where to densify the network to be able to improve the quality, reduce call drop. And we are also facing the need to continue to innovate together with our partners. And I think that what is shown here today is a great example of this.
He further went on to say that they are being inspired by the current technological disruption, and as a result, all their projects are technologically driven.
We are being driven to innovation by our customer needs. Okay, as it has been said, we need to be able to make this type of sites in an environment where it becomes more and more difficult to acquire site, to densify, to make sure that we address both the needs of a dense populated area here, as well as the need of the mobility on the highway just there. We are also being driven to innovation by the need to reduce the cost and to be more efficient in how we deliver service. And we are also being driven by innovation by our commitment to the Sustainable Development Goals. Okay? And this site is a great example of how we can achieve more sustainability.
With constant calls for clean environment and sustainability, he went ahead to say the site is generator-free, hence cutting out fossil fuel use and reducing carbon emission.
There is no generator in this site. Generator in the past and for the last 18 years have been a signature trademark of a site. There's always a generator, or in most of the cases there is a generator in the site. This is something that is not sustainable in the future if you look at the quantity of fuel that we need to implement to actually be able to sustain, electricity through a generator. In sites like this one, we are actually getting, without a generator, just making better usage of better battery technologies that will still give the necessary resiliency in our sites, and it's quite important. And that's a commitment that Barak we need to have to make sure that in the future generator will really be a thing of the past. And therefore, we are creating a more sustainable way to deliver telecommunication services in this beautiful country. Because it is so imperative that we reduce the carbon footprint that we are actually delivering to be able to, run our network.
Communication is at the heart of civilization of humankind. As such, for any meaningful development to happen, a means of quality communication must be provided with sustainability at its core. What remains is to see how the new technology by Safaricom PLC shapes this very fundamental development enabler.
Za kwenda kwa internet, za kutuma M-Pesa.
Let us now take a look at how the markets performed today. Here is a summary. That was just a summary of how the markets performed, but for more in-depth analysis of the same, tune in tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. for my next big bet with Rachel Nderitu and Karanja Daniel. Let's now take a look at the weather reports. Well, that is it from the Business News Desk tonight. On behalf of everyone that made it a success, we want to say a big thank you for watching. Catch us again tomorrow at 9 p.m. for a fresh serving of news-making headlines in the business world. Until then, good night.